Alright, so I'm going to make a video here of me cooking salsa, and I think I'm ready, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm using a recipe that I've always used. It's very similar to everything that I've done before. The only thing that is different is that I never used the white vinegar. Or the sugar. I never used the sugar either. I did use salt, but I didn't use sugar or white vinegar. Now I do, and it's really good. So, first thing we need is a bunch of cilantro. Just one whole bunch is what I use. I don't try to get crazy and say this much or that much, or you should be using this or that. I also cut off just the end here of a lot of the stalks, the thicker stalks. I usually get rid of those, and I'm left with, you know, just a big old bunch. And what I do, because I get it from the store, is I put it into a bowl, and then I fill the bowl up and move the cilantro around. I have to kind of wash it. And then I just kind of rub it all around, and then I strain it real quick, just with my hand in a bowl. I just dump it out. And I'm left with kind of this, but at least it's rinsed. And yeah, it's good. So I use some paper towels and put it on there and just kind of blot it dry. See right there how it gets all wet? Just squeeze it, get it somewhat dry. Doesn't have to be perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is kind of prep my cans. So get my cans out. So I'm using one large can of tomatoes. What is that, 28 ounces. You can use the diced, you can use the whole, as long as you don't get the ones that say, you know, garlic and oregano and all that kind of stuff. You just want regular tomatoes. Nothing crazy, nothing spectacular, super simple tomatoes. And I drain this. Otherwise, if you don't drain the tomatoes, at least, you're gonna end up with really runny salsa or watery salsa, and that's not what we want. So there's that. The next thing we want is some rotel. Now, you can use all different types of rotel. You have the fire roasted, which I like. You can get the chipotle, that you make a little bit smokier. You can get the cilantro lime if you really like lime in your salsa. You can get the hot, which I really love to do, is get the hot rotel, and that really adds some heat to it. So one can of rotel, pretty simple. Now this one I don't drain because I feel like it has the chili water in it. You know, it's been sitting in that diced poblano, I think is what it is, or California pepper. But so I like leaving the sauce of this one, or the liquid. The next thing you want to do is an onion. Where'd my onion go? Here we go. Onion. Now this is a big old onion right here, so I'm only going to use half of it. If I had a smaller onion, I'd probably use the whole thing. But this big onion, we don't need all that. Cut off the ends here. Peel off the top. Working pretty good. There we go. That's that. To put it in there, I usually just kind of give it a 4-way chop so that it can go into the blender a little bit easier. All right. So then we need some garlic cloves. So, ready? There we go, better. All right. So some garlic cloves, just about 5 of them or so. The next thing we're gonna need, I like to add the jalapeno. So I add my jalapeno, I just cut off the top, and I slide it down. And I usually get rid of the seeds because the kids don't like the seeds. So I take a spoon and I kind of pop it in here, and I just run it right down and get rid of all the seeds, just like that. And it gets rid of the membrane too. There's a lot of people who say, oh, it's the seeds that are hot, or it's the membrane that's hot, or whatever. I think I just get rid of both, and I usually put just one of these, one of the halves in there, if I'm making it for Tabitha and the kids. So just like that. And then I save the rest of this for breakfast in the morning. I chop it up and put it in my eggs. All right, so jalapeno good. Now we need a lime and a lemon. And we're gonna use the whole thing. And so I roll them out just a little bit here. Try to get them to where the juices will flow pretty good. All right, that's pretty good. Prep those for the juicer. Now I have this old school juicer here, bam, like this, where I can, push it in here and it'll come out this side. And then I also have the one I like to use, which is the press. I think the press works really good. All right, so we've got our lemon and lime ready, and we need the white vinegar, boom, and we need the sugar, boom. So we've got all of our, I'll put this stuff over here so you can see it. We've got all of our stuff ready to go. Because when it's time, it is time. All right, so let's go for it. Get the blender out. Perfect. And stir it up. There we go. It is raring to go. Are we in? There we go. We can see everything, right? Okay. So a lot of people will tell you, put the tomatoes in and everything like that. But I find that when I go to mix it up, the cilantro doesn't get down in there. So, or I have to keep I have to spoon it or something. So I always add the cilantro first. Get the cilantro down in there. And then when I pour the rest of this, like the tomatoes in, it'll push the cilantro down. All right. There we go. And the Rotel. Good. Awesome. And where is my garlic? There we go. My garlic, my jalapeno, my onions. Perfect. Looking good. And let's go with the vinegar. We only need 1 tablespoon of this vinegar. 1 tablespoon. And there we go. Then we need the sugar. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of sugar. And we'll make this a good, there we go. And we need 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh, that's funny. Tabitha put tape over the big one so that way I don't mess up and spill it, because I do that from time to time. All right, so there's 1 and 2. Nice and easy. Now we need our lime and our lemon juiced. And we're doing 1 whole lemon and 1 whole lime. There we go. It almost seems like too much, I think. It looks like too much as I go to put it in here. Like it's too much, but I promise the amount of it is just right. And it doesn't matter, it seems to me like it doesn't matter if it's too big or too small, or I only get this size of lemon or this size of lime. It seems to always work for me. There we go. There we go. And now you can add jalapeno, the whole thing and all the seeds, or you can add a habanero, because I like habanero. I get habaneros all the time, and I love them in this. You can also get like the chipotles. You can get them in the can and pull 2 chipotles out, or use, 2 tablespoons of the diced in the bottle. Either way, I think it's real good either way. All right, and that's everything. That's all she wrote. So now we pop this lid on, if I can get it the right way. Let's see. There we go. Got it on. Turn her on. Got it on high. And that salsa, pretty good. And a new bag, gotta love that. Oh yeah, that's good. Now it's not spicy, it's just good salsa. If you want it spicy, you add a little bit of habanero or the chipotles, or more jalapeno would be good too. But that's it.